Okay, so we're out here back at it. We got our transmission lines and fittings. And for the cost of it, I figured we'd throw on a new fuel pump, a new fuel filter, and we got our new Rochester Quadrajet. We're going to see if this works a little bit better than that Edelbrock. So today, we're going to go through and we're going to drain this old nasty gas out, put some new gas in, change our fuel filter, change our fuel pump, change our carburetor, turn the key and see what happens this time. Stick around, man. Okay, we got the old gas out. We got the new fuel pump and fuel filter in. Let's see what this new Quadrajet's going to do for us. Hopefully a lot better than the Edelbrock did. Well, it would appear we do not have the right gaskets to adapt this Quadrajet to this intake. So back on the computer I go to try to figure out what I'm going to need to make this new carburetor fit on this old engine. Okay, so we got our adapter, gasket set, and hardware set for our Quadrajet. Let's see how it's going to work out for us. Alright, so we got our new carb on, but there seems to be an issue with the fuel inlet fitting. Neither one of the ones that I have, the one off the Holly or the one off the Edelbrock, fit that. That's kind of odd, I think, but I guess we got to order another part. So while we wait for that, let's see if we can do something with these transmission lines. This one here is the one that's leaking. It won't tighten up. I don't know. The threads are stripped out or something. So we'll see if one of the new fittings they sent us will fit on there, or we have to change the hose and everything. I don't know. Well, the kit did come with a whole bag of fittings, so hopefully there's something in there that'll work. Well, I think it's these threads that are stripped out. I'm not sure. This is what we got to work with. Hope that's not it, because that's a piece of plastic. This kind of looks like it right here. Nope, it's the wrong threads, I think. These threads don't look boogered up to me, so I don't know. Maybe it's the other. No, maybe if it's this. Maybe we'll just get the elbow off and check it out. Okay. I don't know if we got the right one or not. I mean, these threads all look bigger than what we've got on there. It looks bigger to me, but maybe not. See if it screws on. Okay, that is the one. So we'll get rid of that one. Okay, so we got the new line on. I took the old line off, put the new line on. This one's just a little bit longer. The other one was just barely reaching. So problem was the elbow. I put the old fitting back in, and this one tightened up to it. So we know that it was the elbow, this fitting here on the elbow, that was bad. So that should be all set. We got our Quadrajet on. Got her all hooked up other than the gas inlet fitting. We got to wait for that. So I'm thinking we should probably start hitting some of this body work. We got a halfway decent day. Let's hit some of this body work. Alright, we gave a first rough sanding to all of our parts. I gotta tell you, they're a lot rougher than I remember them being. But anyway, keeping in mind, this is not a 5-star restoration. This is a Friday night ice cream getter. So, okay, so we made some good progress in our panels. We got our new fuel inlet line hooked up. We got some 93 octane. Let's dump it in the tank. Turn the key and see what we got. Well, we definitely got to do something about this manifold situation. She's smoking pretty good. She's like a 3-pack a day right there. We definitely need some carburetor adjustment. Definitely got to fine tune this manifold situation because it's very annoying. We'll keep chipping away at it. Let this clear out and then we'll get back in there again. I think at this point it's just a matter of tuning that carburetor. she's a smoky one though. So let me get the tweaking on this carburetor just a little bit more, see if we can't get her to idle on her own. Running. Sounds like we got to do a little bit more tweaking. She's alive. You have to call it a day in there for today. She's choking me out pretty good, fellas. But at least we know she's running now. I'll keep at it. We got to do something about this exhaust. I'm not real sure what we can do about these manifolds. They're leaking pretty good. And like I said, it's choking me out in there. So we're going to have to take care of that sooner than later. Not really sure yet, but we're going to have to do something for sure. So we're going to take a break from the carburetor tuning. And I think what we ought to do maybe tomorrow, because I think I'm done for today. We're going to pre-fit these doors back on to see how they look as far as gaps and all that before we get any paint on them. So, huge step right there. We got her running. Obviously, we still have a lot of tweaking to do, but she is running. And that's cool. We'll put that check mark in the column. Well, it is a brand new day. Yesterday, we got Ole Blue to start up and run for a little bit. But we really need to get her to run to come up to temperature. Maybe get a timing light on it and all that, but we can't do that in here. This is too confined of an area for all the smoke and fumes and everything. So what I think we should do, get our doors put back on. We want to make sure that they're fitting properly and do any tweaking on the doors that we need to do. Then we're going to drop her down off the jack stands and push her outside so we can start her up and let her run for a while. Alright, so we got her down off the jack stands. Let's see how these doors are going to fit. It occurred to me while I was putting this door on, trying to start a screw, that we had to drill out every one of these clutch heads. So I ended up having to tap a couple of holes first in these hinge pockets to get at least one screw in the top and one in the bottom. So let's check out, see how it fits. All in all, not too bad. Sticks out a little bit at the bottom. The rest of it doesn't look too bad. I don't know if this can be a hinge adjustment. If we pull the top hinge out, it'll push the bottom in. But you can see we got a little bit of a gap here that I think we're going to have to grind this down and put some metal on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take a measurement to see how thick the piece of metal is we got to put in there. Then we'll go ahead and put the passenger door on and do the same process. Alright, so it took a little bit to get them screws started. Man, that's a pain. Here's the passenger side. Don't look too bad. Looks better than the driver's side, actually. She's going to be good enough for what we need. So, this one's good. We'll go ahead and finish that one. We'll add a little bit of metal to that one. We'll get this thing sprayed and we'll get them on there for good. So I think now what we're going to do is we're going to push this baby outside so we can fire it up, let her run a little bit, warm up the temperature. We got her out of her resting place. Let's see if we can get her started. Let her run a little bit. Idle a little high. I think it has something to do with the choke. Oil pressure ain't all that great. I'm going to try to set the idle lower once it quits. Doesn't have great oil pressure. That's kind of concerning. I noticed our gas gauge isn't working either. That's not good oil pressure. Top gauge, I believe, is working, but A little bit of a leak there. Still hear that exhaust leak. That manifold, we got to try to fix that. It's running a little bit hot. We're going to shut her down. Let me check that coolant. I thought I filled it up, but maybe I didn't. Getting all the stank burnt off her for the first time. I think we got a leak around temperature sensor gauge or something. When she was charging, we're gonna have to check our gas gauge wasn't working. I mean, there's a lot in there, but it should have read a little bit of something. But all in all, I think I'm gonna do a little research on that electric choke, because I think the choke is the reason why this thing starts the way it does, races away. I could be wrong. You guys can correct me. All in all, guys, not bad. We got it running. I think we got to check our antifreeze. Go back and check all of our fluids, actually. I still haven't put it in gear yet to see if she's gonna move. I would have to imagine she does, because it was driving before I took it apart. So I think I'm gonna leave her outside. We'll throw the cover on her. This will give us enough room to bring the hood in here. We got a lot of surgery to do on the hood yet. Lay our doors out. Lay the rest of these panels out. Get them body work to the best of our ability and painted. I have to order glass yet. That's probably next. I think that's gonna do it for this week. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope to see you next week, man. Until then, take it easy.